The valleys are my hands. So you can see how the city was built, yes, in between my two hands, and you can see how the natural valleys are protecting Jerusalem. This is like a natural protection to the city. And that's why the city almost never crossed the valleys to the other side. The first time that the city will cross the valleys to the other side will only be the 19th century, like 100 years ago. Up until then, the city was only there in order to gain the natural protection of the valleys. Where is the Eben'S spring? You cannot see the water here, but there is a shrub, a little green shrub down here. That shrub will be a marker, okay, for the Gihon spring. That's the
So this is Herod's temple.
natural source of
Your
fresh
Jerusalem.
water for Jerusalem.
That one.
And the
Okay, oh, you mean the temple.
spring
Yeah, the
outside
temple.
wall. Wow.
Because they're saying here that he was never seen
Like
Herod's
this,
temple, was never seen.
you know, with so many people, and the only source of water that the city has will be outside the wall. So you can ask me, why didn't they build the wall to put the spring inside? If you will put the wall, and you can see the city wall up above, yes? If you will take this wall and put it at the bottom, it will be an indefensible wall. Strategically, you cannot put a wall in a valley. Okay. And that's the reason also why Hezekiah, 700 years prior to Jesus' time, conducted building the tunnel, the water tunnel, to capture the water of the spring. And the water tunnel, if you know a little bit the story of the Hezekiah's tunnel, is going under the city to the pool of Siloam, which was inside the wall. We will see the pool. Of course, they blended the spring. It reminds us something that we saw on our tour. Who remember where? Bravo! Bravo! Tell Megiddo. Not only that my friend said Megiddo, I like him. He said, tell Megiddo. Tell Megiddo. Okay, you're listening. That's good. Do you remember us doing the water system there? How they blended the spring from the outside and open? It's similar. It's similar. And of course, number 4, Mount Moriah. Can we see Mount Moriah here? No.
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 Inside the...
Yeah, bravo. Because when you say Mount Moriah, you talk first temple. This is a replica of the second temple. In the second temple, it was called Temple Mount. So Mount Moriah is my head, yes, which is buried under the big complex, which is called Temple Mount. And do you remember me doing this? Wall, 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 wall. You can see all the 4 walls here. Yes? So the wall facing Mount of Olives is the wall down here, called Eastern Wall, with the Eastern Gate. This is the southern wall facing south. The western wall will be the wall immediately behind the temple, facing west, and the northern. And you can see the Herodian temple that was built on top. That's the temple where Jesus got lost when he was 12 years old. Yes? That's the temple where the money changers took their tables and opened them in that area. So Jesus went against them. Okay, that's the temple that he also, predicted. He said no stone will be left there. He meant that everything, will be destroyed, and soon it went down. That's the temple. You can see the entrance to the Holy of Holies, the main sanctuary, the main building. High priest and he himself could go inside once a year on the Day of Atonement. What's the building with the red roof? The Royal Basilica. Who was operating their chamber in this building? The Jewish Sanhedrin. Have you heard the term Sanhedrin? Yes, the Jewish Sanhedrin, the governing body. This is their chamber. Can you see a little bit to the north, attached to the Temple Mount, a building with 4 towers. That's the Antonia. Another complex that Herod the Great built and named after Mark Antony, and planned to be the police quarter, the police headquarters, like a police station. I think that they did a mistake here in this replica by making the Antonia in the replica to be so big. In reality, I think that the Antonia was not so big. It doesn't make sense that a police station will be a quarter of the size of the Temple Mount. So maybe one day they will shrink it a little bit. They will make it smaller. Can you see where the Antonia is? That's the place where Jesus was condemned to death. That's the trial. The building with the 4 towers. Okay? The Praetorium of Pontius Pilate, was there. Later on, I will open the question about where is Golgotha. I'll try to show you in this model the 2 sites of Golgotha, the one that we saw yesterday, the one that we are going to see today. And you will see that they are not in the same location. So this is what we see from here. And before moving south, okay, what is the terminology that we go with when we are doing a tour in the old city, not in the ancient city? No. What is the terminology? Terminology of quarters. Jewish quarter, Armenian quarter, Muslim quarter, Christian quarter. Yeah, that's the terminology. Can we use the same terminology here? Why not? Because everybody is Jewish. There are no Armenians, there are no Christians, there are no Muslims. This city is a Jewish city. So we cannot go with the same terminology as we go in the old city. What is the relevant terminology to this city here? Upper and lower. And you can see where the upper city was and where the lower city was. And I don't need to tell you who lived in the upper and who lived in the lower. It is so visible. Yes? Yes. You know very well that the upper class, the aristocratic, mostly priesthood families, they lived in the upper. And the common people, the ordinary people, lived in the lower city. Let's go south. Yes?
Just let me just repeat this. On top of the Temple Mount.
Which one? This building with the red roof? The Jewish Sanhedrin. The head office. Yes.
Where is the three arches that you said? This is the entrance?
We'll see it from the south.